Hello and welcome to part 2 of this 10-part series on strumming patterns. So if you haven't seen the first part yet, click on the card above and that will take you to this short video that will explain downstrokes and accents. So in this week's video we're going to be looking at ties. So ties are a great way of varying up your strumming patterns, especially if you're one of those people that a beginner or an intermediate player that you're stuck in a rut with your strumming and you kind of revert to your sort of the same old 1 or 2 strumming patterns that you're familiar with. And obviously millions of popular songs use ties, and it's a really cool way of improving your strumming playing. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is looking at what I call strumming pattern 1. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to take a B flat chord, but you can use it with any chord you like. Okay, and what we're going to do, this is going to be 1 crotchet or quarter note, so that'll be a downstroke, and then 2 quavers. Okay, now unlike the last video, we're going to be doing any note that you're going to be playing on the 1, 2, 3 or 4 of the beat, you're going to be doing a downstroke, and any note you're going to play off the beat, you're going to play upstrokes. Okay, so this is a really good thing to be able to do. Playing on the beat, downstroke, off the beat, upstroke. Again, there are some exceptions, again, like we looked at last week with the downstrokes, kind of punk rock style, but generally in a lot of singer-songwriter stuff, we're doing 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, so off the beat, do an upstroke. Okay, so this strumming pattern, this is a 2-beat pattern, 1, 2 and then basically loop it to make a full bar of 4, 4. Okay, so it's 1, 2 and 3, 4 and. Okay, and that's how you do it. So it's 1 crotchet or quarter note, then 2 quavers or 8th note, so 1, 2 and down, down, up. A really popular pattern. Again, if you want to click on the card above, I go through Take It Easy by the Eagles, and that uses this kind of pattern to switch between chords. So check that one out. Cool, and also now what we're going to do is strumming pattern 2. Okay, so strumming pattern 2 is where you're going to add an extra quaver or 8th note, and it's going to sound like this. It's a full bar pattern. 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and. Okay, you can do it with any chord. If you're not comfortable with bar chords, just do it with a G or C or whatever. 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and. Okay, so now we're going to look at strumming pattern 3. So this uses a tie. So what a tie does is there's several uses for it. So it's basically where you're attaching one note to another to let the previous note ring out for a bit longer. And a lot of the time it's used as a visual thing, so you can see where all the beats are divided up. Okay, you can also use ties to extend a note into another bar. Okay, so we're going to look at this thing called strumming pattern 3. Okay, down, down, up, up, down, up. And again, I've done a video on Stand By Me, which uses this pattern throughout, by Benny King. Again, click on the card above and that will take you to that one. Okay, so what you're going to do is, this is how you count it. 1, 2 and this third quaver here on the start of beat 3 is tied. Okay, so it means you're going to let it ring out for another half a beat. You're going to miss the strings. Okay, so you're going to go down, down, up, miss, which is letting the note ring out, and then up, down, up. So the only difference between this pattern and strumming pattern 2 is you're just missing the strings, but it makes it sound a lot more interesting and less kind of robotic sounding. It's a brilliant strumming pattern. Down, down, up, miss, up, down. In terms of counting, 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a kind of a grade. If you ever do, any of you do RGT grades, this is sort of similar to a grade 4 strumming pattern. Okay, chord progressions. We're going to do this 8-bar progression. Okay, using this strumming pattern. Okay, so it's again, if you're not too comfortable with your flat keys as well, so this is in the key of B flat major, and just uses E and H8 bar chords. Okay, so really good one. You're kind of just starting out on your bar chords as well. So B flat. And again, just using this strumming pattern 3, G minor, B flat, B flat, G minor, D minor, E flat. So I'm going to do that again. Then you can chop and change between your different bar chord shapes. B flat, C minor, D minor, E flat. B flat there, G minor, D minor, E flat. So that's the first example of ties. Now what if we decide to add another tie? So again, it mixes it up even more. You can feel free to add more ties or even do a 2-bar pattern. Run to you by Brian Adams has done a video on that, and that uses quite a few ties. It's a really cool strumming pattern, and also you can change off the beat as well. So check out that video in the card above, and that's got lots of ties in it, so it's worth checking that one out after this video. So what we're going to do here is we're going to put a tie on the start of beat 2. These are all going to be quavers or eighth notes, so 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, okay? There's going to be a tie on the start of beat 2, okay, and then a tie on the start of beat 3. Okay, so this is how it will go. 1 and 2. Again, it's really good practice to count this out loud while you're doing it as well. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, so down, up, down, up. Okay, so down, up, down, up. Okay, so we're going to do this with, we're going to do this progression in the key of E major, okay? Very similar to a grade 4 RGT style progression. So E major, down, up, down, up, down, up. That's A major, C sharp minor, C sharp minor, and then B, then E major, G sharp minor, F sharp minor, A major. Let's do that one more time. And this is using kind of 2 ties now. So again, it's just varying it up even more. So let's do that one more time. So E major, 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Cool. And then you can also play around with different things such as kind of changing off the beat. So say if I just took those first 4 bars there, but then put E and A in the first bar, then C sharp minor and B in the second bar, and we'll change on the and of 2, okay? So what this will do is, again, you're doing the same strumming pattern, but then you're changing off the beat or some random place in the bar. It will sound really cool, and again, it's in lots of popular songs. You're not just going to have 1 chord per bar. You're not always going to change on the beat, the 1, 2, 3, 4. You can change off the beat as well. So what I'll do is do E major to A, changing on the and of 2, and then we'll do C sharp minor to B, changing on the and of 2. Okay, so it's going to go like this. So down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. Okay, so counting wise, it will go 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and feel free to mix it up and change, you know, other parts of the bar. So that's kind of a good example of using ties, using kind of crotchets and quavers. Cool, so now what we can also do is look at all this with 16th notes or semi-quavers. So 16th notes or semi-quavers, that's when you can have these notes last for a quarter of a beat. You can have up to 16 in a bar, but normally they are combined with other rhythms, crotchets and quavers, quarter notes or eighth notes. Okay, so you count semi-quavers like this. If I was doing a full bar of semi-quavers, I'll count it like this: 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a. And basically wherever you land, wherever your piece of music lands within the beat, that determines whether you're doing a downstroke or an upstroke. So you see on the 1 and the ands, I'm doing downstrokes: 1, 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a. And on the E's and the E's, I'm doing upstrokes. So 1 E and a, 2 E and a, 3 E and a, 4 E and a. Cool, so now what we're going to do is look at a few strumming patterns. So what we've got here, I call this kind of strumming pattern 1, or knocking on heaven's door. So I've done a video on this as well, or actually I will be doing a video on this. Bob Dylan's Knocking on Heaven's Door. So classic 16th note strumming pattern. What we're going to do, this is a 2-beat pattern. So just like we did with the crotchets and quavers, or quarter notes and eighth notes, I'm going to do one with a 2-beat pattern with 16th notes, and then we're going to sort of progress into doing a really cool pattern with ties. Okay, so what we're going to do here, we're going to do this in the key of A flat major. Again, this is just to help out people who are doing grade 4 kind of exams, but if you're not comfortable with bar chords, just do it with any chords. Okay, so you're going to do A flat for crotchet or quarter notes, that's 1 beat. beat 2 is going to have a quaver or eighth note, that's half a beat, and 2 semi-quavers or 16th notes, that's going to go like this. So 1, 2, E, because the quaver there, or the eighth note, that's half of the beat. Okay, so 1, 2, E, then ander. I tend to count what I need to count, so I'm counting like this. 1, 2, ander. So that's 1 crotchet, or quarter note, 1 quaver or eighth note, and 2 semiquavers or 16th notes. 1, 2, ander. Okay. Okay, so you might want to start this on a slower tempo because you're going to get more strums for these semi-quaver patterns or 16th note patterns. So 1, 2, ander, and then you repeat it. So it's a really common 16th note strumming pattern. 1, 2, ander, 3, 4, ander. Okay, knocking on heaven's door, you can use that sort of pattern throughout the song. Okay, so 1, 2, ander, 3, 4, ander. Okay, so now what we're going to do is extend the pattern to strumming patterns or 16th notes, strumming pattern 2. Okay, and what we're going to do, the first 2 beats are going to be the same. So that's 1 crotchet, quarter note, 1, and so the 2 beats are the same as before. 1, 2, ander. Now we've got a pattern. Again, you want to count all this out loud and check with the tab on the screen. All the tabs will be available soon on Guitar Pro format or PDFs on the new website jsmusicschool.co.uk, so keep your eyes open for that as well. But basically what you're going to do, for beat 3 is going to go 3 E and. Okay, so that's 2 semiquavers or 16th notes and then 1 quaver. Okay, 3 E and. Again, practice counting this out loud with the sheet music, so you really get into grips with all these kind of popular, these patterns come up again and again and again. There's millions of songs. Okay, so 1, 2, ander. Now with this beat 3, you're going to go 3 E and, 3 E and then beat 4 is the same as beat 2, so 4 ander, 1 eighth note, quaver, and 2 semiquavers or 16th notes. Okay, so I'm going to play that whole of this kind of 16th note pattern too. 1, 2, ander, 3 E and, 4 ander. And really common pattern, sounds great. 1, 2, ander, 3 E and, 4 ander. Down, 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 up, down, up, down. So a lot of people are kind of confused when to go down or up strokes, but often, again, you've got kind of 3, for me, systems of strumming on the whole, which is your punk rock strumming that we did last time. Then you've got crotchets and your quavers on the beat downstroke, off the beat upstroke, which we just did earlier, and then semi-quaver strumming. So it's really good to get grips with that. It'll really help your playing. So now what we're going to do is add this kind of all-important ties. So we take strumming pattern 2. Let's play it one more time. 1, 2, ander, 3 and 4 ander, down, 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 up, down, up, down, 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 up. Okay. If we take this and put a tie on the start of beat 3, so we're missing, instead of beat 3 going to go like this, 3 E and, it's going to go 3 E and even just practicing saying that beat out loud while you play, so you're going to say the 3 but it's tied, so you're not playing on it. 3 E and, 3 E and, 3 E and. Really good practice tool. So that strumming pattern, I call this kind of the crowded house weather with you pattern, but it's used in loads of songs. Sort of Wonderwall is very similar to it and things like that. So it's a really common pattern and you'll use it a lot. Okay, so 1, 2 ander, 3 E and, 4 ander. So first 2 beats are the same as our strumming pattern 1. 1, 2 ander, down, 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 up. You get that tie, so you miss the strings, get ready for your upstroke on the E of 3. 1, 2 ander, 3 E and, 4 ander, down, 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 up, miss, up, down, 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 up. Okay, what we're going to do, we're going to do that strumming pattern now with the kind of grade 4 kind of style progression in the key of A flat, but feel free to do it with whatever chords you want. Okay, so this is in the key of A flat, so we're going to go A flat, D flat, B flat minor, Back to A flat, it's a great practice for your bar chords. F minor, D flat, cool. So I'll just do that one more time. So this is using this kind of crowded house, whether you kind of pattern using ties and 16th notes. There's really lots of good stuff to practice here. So A flat, D flat, B flat minor, C minor, F minor, D flat, and E flat. Cool, so have fun with that. Next week we'll be looking kind of at more rests and sort of dead notes and other kind of really cool ways of spicing up your rhythm playing. So I hope you enjoyed the video. If you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button and hit the bell icon for notifications. Any comments or suggestions, feel free to let me know in the comments section below. Please also give it a big thumbs up if you enjoyed the video. Cool, so if you've liked any of the tabs you've seen on the screen, again, they'll be available soon to download from the shop section on Jsmusicschool.co.uk. That will be available soon, either in Guitar Pro format. So this is the brilliant program that I recommend every guitarist uses. It's a really good practice tool. It's relatively inexpensive, so I can send the Guitar Pro files will be available to download, and also if you don't like want to get Guitar Pro, you can just get it in PDF format. So keep your eyes open for that, and feel free to follow me on all the social channels as well. So thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Cheers, bye.